Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Witness. Last time, we were just staring off into the distance because we were having so much trouble with the Sun Temple over here. We're going to go back to that. We're also going to take a look around here, but before we do, last time, it seemed, from what people were saying, that I was missing some things, that I was looking for some environmental puzzles, and I was looking in the right places, but perhaps not seeing what I needed to see. So, some people were saying to look a bit harder at certain parts of the last video. So I did, and I thought I noticed something back over here. Last time I was looking at the roof of that warehouse and thinking maybe it was a puzzle. But maybe that was almost right. Let's see if we can get the correct perspective. Yeah, that looks like something right there, doesn't it? I almost saw it, just barely missed it, but it was there. All right, so we got one of those. Now, I'm not seeing the river shape. At least if it is here, it's not glowing. So maybe each of these columns all have their own shapes. So are each of these their own individual puzzles? Does each of these columns require all of the puzzles that are on here to be solved? That's quite a few puzzles. There's a lot of puzzles in these environments, if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case, but I guess we'll find out as we continue on. Oh, and also one thing I was wondering about. As I was looking at that warehouse, there was something I realized that didn't seem like it was activated when I was going through that warehouse, but there was something else there. I realized that we never actually went back to it after we were finished with this section. Alright, that is still not active. Let's see if we can follow this. No, actually, no, that's not a power cable. That's just the thing that's holding this up. Alright, can we see the... Looks like the power cable is going underneath this floor. I wonder if we can get a look at that. Well, not from here, anyway. Do these mean anything? I still don't know. Let's see, can we get a good view? Well, not from here. Not that way. Let's head back up. Alright, so at least I got another of the environmental puzzles now and activated one of those columns. Though it seems like it's going to be a while before we actually complete any of those columns. And from here... Is there like a power cable going from that under... It's hard to say from this perspective where the power cable for that is going. And maybe I shouldn't bother following it. Oh, what? Hello, I didn't notice you over there. Can we get over to her over there? Is there a path? I'm assuming that's just a statue because there's no like people we can talk to. We can listen to audio logs, sure, but hello, over there? No, can I? I don't think I can get over to her, and she's not going to look at us. Yeah, I don't know if we can see the power cable coming from that thing. I would like to at least see where it goes, so I can see where I could, where I would need to turn this on from, but I just don't get a good view of it. I can't see a reflection of it in the water either. So it's not... I guess it's not something I can just see right now. Can I look inside these? No, I can't. Don't have a high enough perspective to look in the pots. Can I lower these? Well, I don't know if these do anything. So maybe I should just ignore that for right now. But in any case, we got another one of those environmental puzzles. So I do have to keep my eyes out for these, wherever they might show up. I also did notice last time, someone pointed out to look at the clouds. They look like they might form a line. So it looked like previously when I was more in the center over there, it seemed like that they might line up. But I'm not there right now, so I'm not going to go back over in that direction. First, we're going to take a look around this area to see if we can figure out the desert, figure out this sun palace. There's an elevator down there. I don't see anything to activate it with, though. Alright, I guess the thing I should be thinking about is I should be looking for circles. Large circles, because those are the starting points of the environmental puzzles. If I see a large circle, it might mean that there is a line that I can draw from. Is that a thing? That does not look like a coincidence. Huh. Alright, so you can be in the middle of one of these puzzles before you actually get the correct perspective to actually make it happen. Alright, I think that went over to that column that we already looked at, so I'm guessing it's just going to make another one of the patterns on it glow, meaning that we completed it. I think we'll go back before the end of the video just to check. This is a line right here, but it's kind of broken. I wonder if there's a circle anywhere on this line that I could click on to get it going, because it's certainly... Are these two halves of a circle right here? Is that what's... let's take a look and see if we can see that. Because these, from the correct perspective, maybe these two things right here, this is an oval right now, but maybe from the correct perspective, it doesn't have to be an oval. Maybe this can end up being a circle. I don't know if I have the right perspective on that, though. Maybe if I got down to the beach? Can I get down there? Yeah, it looks like I can get down there. Before I do that, I mean, that is an obvious circle. And has a line coming out of it. Green bubbles come out of that. When I click on it, it doesn't seem like I can drag it. And nothing happens from this perspective. Huh. Nothing from this one. Okay, now it's back. But I can't drag the green bubbles down the line. So why is that? If there's a perspective trick I'm supposed to be thinking about here, I don't know what it is. That's it. The sun had to be shining. Could this be more than one line? Because, like, there's the second one coming out there. No, but I can only drag on the sunlight. And I don't know if I would be able to get that line going off to the side in the same glare. It doesn't really look like it. Maybe not. I guess I'll just keep that in mind. But for right now, I guess I can consider that solved. Though I might want to come back if it appears... Oh, there's a new door. A new door we haven't seen yet down on this beach. Before I look at that, the main reason I came down here was to see if I could get another perspective on those ovals. Well, halves of an oval. Can I get that to look like a... Nah, I'm too low. I'm too low. No, oh, hold on. That turned orange. Okay, that is a line. I just need to know where I need to be standing to get that to work. Oh, hello. Hey, orange triangle. I remember you. Maybe we'll try you this time, and maybe we'll figure out what it is we're supposed to do with you. Orange triangle appears to be in the same point. It's in the lower right-hand corner, pointing to the left. Start and end points seem to be in the same places. So, let's see. What was it last time? It was this? Something like that? Okay. I am still not getting why that's the solution. I'll have to look back at the previous video, but the solution we did on that one was something like this. I'm still not getting it. Okay, that's correct also. More than one possible solution. That is not. Okay, so the solution has to do with the lines that are adjacent to the triangle? Because, no, don't mean to do that. Because if I did this, that doesn't work. If I did this, it doesn't work. If I did this, that doesn't work. But if I do this, that does work. So, okay, so it has to do with the lines that are adjacent to this triangle, I guess. Could that be right? I was thinking maybe it also could have to do with how many lines. Like, that's 3 lines. And that didn't work. But that's also 3 lines, and that does work. So far, I mean, maybe it has to do with the direction of the line. Maybe it has to do with which of the lines adjacent to the triangle you are covering. Maybe the triangle only wants one line adjacent to it to be covered. Because I can't solve it this way and only cover one line adjacent. And see, I have 2 adjacent now. This is the only way to get 1 adjacent. Maybe that's it. I don't know myself, but maybe I'm a little bit closer now. I guess I'm sure we'll find more orange triangles somewhere. That has to be leading up to something. So even if I don't know what it is now, I'm sure that we will get there at some point. Okay, so maybe the only thing with this one right here is that I need to get the sun to shine on it. And, oh, that door. Where's that door? So many things to look at. Okay, here's the door. What's on here? Tetris pieces and lots of black hex dots. I know what to do with the hex dots. I have not seen these Tetris pieces before. I'm going to assume this is not going to work. I can guess that. Whoops. What? No, no. No. Alright, since I have not seen Tetris pieces, I am not going to bother with this. I'm going to assume there's no point to me guessing at that until I've actually found some kind of tutorial on Tetris pieces. For right now, we'll leave it alone, and we'll just remember that it's there. Alright, for right now, let's go back up here. Alright, let's see if we can get the sun to shine on this thing over here. What would be a good angle? What would be a good angle for it? Well, not that one anyway. Not that one. Alright, so what's the picture on this? The picture on it is sun, and then waves, and then boat. But there's no boat over there. It seems like I need to get further away. Maybe I can get a boat? Like, maybe there's a way to get over to those rocks and see this from that distance. Because I think I need to get further away to get the sun to glare off this thing. That's what it looks like anyway. Alright, let's continue on going around the desert. Alright, so I wonder if the sun shining thing only has to do with this area. Like, will the environmental puzzles in the other parts of the map need the sun? Or is it only the desert that needs the sun? Alright, this one looks like it's leading out of the desert into another area. But I don't want to do that yet. Before we do that, let's have another shot at the Sun Temple. And looking at it from this perspective, it's quite obvious how many lines are covering the Sun Temple. Can I get that circle up there in the sun? Uh-huh. What about the other direction? No? Something wrong with that one? It's not going through that. Okay, yeah, I guess the sun was shining on that one. Can I get the sun? Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, it does look like the sun can shine on more than... it looks like this can be more than one environmental puzzle. So it looks like that is possible. So if I was thinking about this one over here, when I was saying, could this be more than one line, maybe that's true. And maybe I just have to get a perspective... All right. I thought it was a big deal when we first did that river puzzle. But in this one, we're getting all kinds of environmental puzzles over and over. Okay. So what I found out last time round is that I don't know how the sun works. And that in order to get the proper glare on this thing, maybe I should try to get a higher perspective. All right. What if we do that? I don't see the sun on it from there. Maybe if I wait, maybe when it's in the right angle, maybe it'll get it on there. I guess we'll find out in a little bit, because this moves real slow. I guess it would make sense for it to move slow if the purpose is that it's giving me enough time to get up here. And there's another scaffold over there. So maybe I'm not going to see it from here. It doesn't really look like I'm going to get a glare on that one. No, it doesn't seem like it. Let's, Alright, that one over there. Did I see where the stairs for that? Where was that? Alright, I completely missed that last time. Oh, there we go. Wasn't as satisfying as I thought it would be. What happened when we did that? Oh, wait, there was a locked door. Is that door open now? Is there like a hole? No, there's not a hole right there. There we go. Okay, now we have access to the basement, where we will find our stolen bicycle. Okay, I can see a little bit of that one. What? That's not right, because I cannot see the whole thing. Alright. Anything in here that I should be looking at? Another door that I cannot open because it is not controlled by a line puzzle. And that's the only thing I know how to deal with. Here's a thing. What's this thing? Alright. We got some artificial light going on. And will that help me out with this one? I still can't really see the glare on the other side of it. Yeah, the light is not really shining strongly enough. Oh wait, hold on. Alright. So, let's see, is it like this? Yeah, there we go. Alright, starts from here. Goes down to the bottom. And I think it's doing a little of this. Whoops. A little of that. There we go. And that just turns all of them off. Okay. Alright, I can see a little bit of that. So it goes around this corner, which means it doesn't start from this corner. Not from there. Not from there. Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to turn on multiple lights to get the whole picture. Alright, it ends there. I'm not really getting a glare on that one. Oh, there, okay, there it is. No. Alright. Let's approach this more scientifically so I can actually remember, because I can't remember things. Look, do you think I can remember more than what happened like 30 seconds ago? I got something to tell you here. Let's see. Okay, time to break out the notes. That's why they're here. Kind of have to make an assumption now because I can't see the entire thing. But if I'm seeing this, I'll have to make a guess. I'm going to think it's something like do this, then over here, then over here, then up and down and around, and that's it. I couldn't see the whole thing, so you kind of have to fill in the blanks. Alright, that opened this door, because my hands are too weak to grasp the handle. They are only strong enough to manipulate line puzzles on touchscreens. Oh, we've got a lot more, don't we? Okay. We're not done here yet. It looks like a game of Splatoon has been going on down here. Well, I hope that ink has not gotten on the touchscreens. How much of this can I see? I can see the top of it. It's a pity you can't jump or crouch in this game. Can't see the ending point, but I can see the starting point. It goes around here. And if I know that, maybe I could just brute force it. And that might be an option. There it is. And people have told me there's no lesson to be learned here. The only thing we're doing is trying to get the correct perspective so we can get the sunlight glaring off the screens so we can see the solutions, which is a bit disappointing, I think. I like the whole trying to figure out the rules of the puzzles. But that's not what this is. This is just, if you stand in the right place, then the sun is going to shine on these screens. You just have to find the right place to stand. I don't know. I don't think that's so great. Oh. I was not seeing that at all. I am the most unobservant. Alright, so we want to reverse that. Whoop. What? That? No. It's a good thing these convenient pools of water are here. But I can't see it in that pool. Okay, I can see it there. Any water? A little water. That water is kind of blocked off. It's a little bit of water. No, I don't want to look directly at it, because I need my No. The game is making me look directly at the puzzle, which is what happens if you click on it when you're too close to the puzzle. That happens. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm going to have to go back to the drawings. Going to have to draw this in. Draw it in from my perspective anyway. Because I am not going to be able to remember what this looks like. Okay, so let's see if this is right. Well, it's going to have to go upside down anyway. So that would mean start down here, then go up, then center, then up, then down here, then here, then here? No, that's not right. What did I get wrong? I think that's right so far. Then down. No, that is what I did last time. I'm just trying to look at this. So, okay, wait. Oh, yeah, wait, it's up, and then up here, then down. Then that would mean up, then down, then down, and there we go. It looks like that has... Did that open up? Oh, that one over there. Okay. I'm not seeing anything shine... Oh, nope. Forget what I said. I am seeing something shining. Okay, I don't think I can see the puzzle at the same time that I can see that. So once again, I'm going to draw this down. Alright, let's head back. Alright, so once again, I am going to have to reverse this. So, I guess it starts up here and then goes down. And then up. And then down, and then up. And there we go. Okay, now we can open the door. This is what this ancient civilization had to do whenever they wanted to open a door. It was quite a pain. You can see why they died off. This highly inefficient door locking system that they devised, and they don't even know why they did it. They just blamed one another that this thing exists. No one really knew why it existed. Alright, so we can control the level of water. Well, I can see this one, but that doesn't help me, because I need to see the one next to it. Which I can't. There's not going to be a reflection for this one. It's face up. Alright, so there's that one behind it. There's that in front of me. There's this. Can I see a reflection for that? I can't... Well, there's not enough light on it to actually see anything. There's not enough light on that to actually see anything. Alright, let's just make it go all the way down and see what happens. And then there's another panel right there, but it's not powered up. Oh, hold on. Alright, that... Yeah. So if it goes down far enough, that will become visible. Alright. No, is it still going down? It's okay, it is still down. Is that not making it come up? Oh no, it is coming up. Just very slow. Alright, come on up. Nope, nope. The thunder and lightning cracks as I attempt to solve the puzzle. Oh no, it's disappearing. My excuse is that I was distracted by the thunder. Alright, I'm just gonna draw this. Forget about these perspective tricks. I'm just going to draw what I can see down here. And it appears to be a simple one. So, I don't think I should... I think I should be able to get this. Starts from... Nope. Starts from there. Nope. Starts from there. Then it's going to have to go... Whoop. Go up. And then this way. No, I got it wrong. So much for that. Alright, well, at least I can see it clearly from there. Actually, what I can see from there doesn't really... Oh yeah, I was missing something. I was missing something on my drawing when I saw it the first time. It actually begins at the very top center. So that's what I was not seeing. Alright. Begins at the top center. No, actually, it's a reflection. So that would be the bottom. Then goes up to the left. Then goes up through here. Then ends here. There we go. Did it. What about you? Alright, I'm gonna have to make this come up again, because I know it's on there. I just did not see it. I'm just gonna make sure that I can get it this time. Alright, I have it drawn down, in case that vanishes by the time it gets up here. I don't remember if it does. No, it's sticking around. Actually, no. It did vanish. I guess I'm gonna have to make it go down again. I know I said it before, but I'm not feeling like a fan of these Sun Temple puzzles. I'm really enjoying the puzzles in this game. But what we've been encountering in... no, that's not right. What we've been encountering in here with these puzzles that are just all about standing in the right place, I could probably do without these puzzles. Future me is going to be so upset. I don't know where to stand. We're just going to get out of here. All right, we're leaving. There are 3 puzzles we have left to do. It's that one. It's actually up there. We have that one. We have that one over there. And then I guess it's going to open up this... oh, I can't see the door from here. I guess it's going to open up this door back here, which will let us get back all in there. But for right now, it's just I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. It's not happening. We're gonna, get out of here. We're gonna look for a brighter place with happier memories of solving puzzles. No, looking in these pools of water doesn't help. I thought maybe, I don't know, maybe I could see down into the lower level. I thought maybe that. I don't know. Alright, let me just go back maybe one more time, lower the water level, and we'll see if the water level up here lowers. I don't know if that's the case. Oh wait, no, it's already down. I already had it down. So I can't make it go down anymore. We're going to leave here. We're going to come back another time. Another time when I have some kind of ideas as to what it is we need to do. For right now, we are back out in the beautiful sun, knowing that there's just a few more puzzles in there, and I guess then we'll have completed it. For right now, though, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in there. But at least we figured out what we were supposed to be doing here. Let's go have another look at that column. I guess once we finish the Sun Temple, maybe this elevator will come up, since we're working our way underground. Alright, let's have a look at this column. Yep, there are a few glowing ones on here now. So, I guess all of these lines, I guess it means they're all going to be in this immediate area around this column. So I have to be looking for all of these shapes. There's so many to find. I've only found a few, but those patterns are telling me that there are so many more. Maybe there's even some around here. We already did this place. We did the trees. But if there are any environmental lines I should be looking for around here. Because this was before I knew about that. No, I don't think I noticed this. Well, I can't get through there. I would have to open up that door. That door have a puzzle on it? I can't see it from here. I'm going to guess that door probably has a puzzle on it. I didn't make my way... I walked through the town when I went through it to get to the mountain, but I didn't really take a look around in the town to see what was happening in there. Oh, yeah. Can we solve this? Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more to it than appears, because this seems like it should be easy. Oh. Okay. What's going on here? Well, I mean, I was going to end the video after we got out of the Sun Temple. But, I mean, I guess if we're here... see if we can get something done. Something accomplished before we say goodbye for right now. And once again, we're heading underground. I hope we are not going to see any more water reflection puzzles under here. I hope we're going to get something better than that. Alright, this is a pretty large area underneath this windmill. The windmill is deceptive in its size. Oh, hey? That's a hexagonal puzzle. Hexagonal? It has hexes on it. And we've seen things like that. Alright, what about this? Do we know how to solve this? We need to wrap it all... No, actually, I just need to do this. Yep. Is this a home theater? Can I watch movies on this? Alright. I've seen a couple of these. I don't know if the patterns I have will help me out with this one. Alright, so I might have something. Alright, let me try. I believe this is going to be from the first one that I drew down. It's the pattern I have on this.
Well, that's no better a solution than any of the others, is it? So, in the end, have we learned anything from this look at why the world turned out the way it did that's of any use to us in our future? Something, I think. That the key to why things change is the key to everything. How easy is it for knowledge to spread? And that in the past, the people who made change happen were the people who had that knowledge, whether they were craftsmen or kings. Today, the people who make things change, the people who have that knowledge, are the scientists and the technologists who are the true driving force of humanity. And before you say, what about the Beethovens and the Michelangelos? Let me suggest something with which you may disagree violently. That at best, the products of human emotion, art, philosophy, politics, music, literature, are interpretations of the world that tell you more about the guy who's talking than about the world he's talking about. Second-hand views of the world, made third-hand by your interpretation of them. Things like that, as opposed to this. Know what it is? It's a bunch of amino acids The stuff that goes to build up a worm or a geranium or you. This stuff's easier to take, isn't it? Understandable. Got people in it. This, scientific knowledge, is hard to take because it removes the reassuring crutches of opinion, ideology, and leaves only what is demonstrably true about the world. And the reason why so many people may be thinking about throwing away those crutches is because, thanks to science and technology, they have begun to know that they don't know so much, and that if they are to have more say in what happens to their lives, more freedom to develop their abilities to the full, they have to be helped towards that knowledge that they know exists and that they don't possess. And by help towards that knowledge, I don't mean give everybody a computer and say, help yourself. Where would you even start? No, I mean trying to find ways to translate the knowledge, to teach us to ask the right questions. See, we're on the edge of a revolution in communications technology that is going to make that more possible than ever before. Or, if that's not done, to cause an explosion of knowledge that will leave those of us who don't have access to it as powerless as if we were deaf, dumb, and blind. And I don't think most people want that. So what do we do about it? I don't know. But maybe a good start would be to recognize within yourself the ability to understand anything, because that ability is there, as long as it's explained clearly enough. And then go and ask for explanations. And if you're thinking right now, what do I ask for? Ask yourself if there's anything in your life that you want changed. That's where to start.
That was educational. Well, I'm a little worried about entering that other pattern that we got. Oh, something's appeared. We could try entering that other pattern and see if we get another movie. So well, obviously that video we saw was filmed in the real world. So does The Witness take place in the real world, since they had that video? And I guess all of the quotes we've been seeing on these audio logs have come from the real world. What happens now?
So it's absolutely simple what I have to say to you. It's what my teacher said to me. And I'm still deeply discovering the reverberation of that. And it's simply stop looking for what you want. Not cynically stop looking for what you want, because there's a way of stopping looking for what you want in resignation and cynicism and closing down. But innocently, openly, stop looking for what you want in this moment, not tomorrow when you have it, but in this moment, to take one moment, whatever it is you want, however mundane or profound, and just stop looking for it. And you will find more than what you could ever want. Because more than what can be wanted is already who you are. It's too simple to be grasped, but absolutely, completely realizable. If, and it is a huge if, of course, you are willing to give up your hope that what you want will be found in the next thought, or the next activity, or the next day, or the next man, or the next woman, or the next teaching, or the next experience. So that's huge. That's the challenge. And I've blessedly traveled to Australia to challenge you in that direction, that directionless direction. It's so simple that it has to be said over and over, because it just slips right by the mind. And if it's said over and over and in enough ways and then not said, it can just be revealed. Not as something new, but as something absolutely fresh. Not new, but fresh. Who you are is not new, but it is always fresh. Who you think you are is old and dead. We just keep trying to think it a little better, squeeze some life. Is that clear? It is? Because that's really the basis of what I have to say. It's not a teaching. It's not a belief system. It's not a way to live your life. It's not a should stop. It's not an if you stop, you will be rich and famous and universally loved and never have a sad moment. None of that, I promise. But if you're willing to investigate for yourself without believing it or learning it or hoping to get something from it, just a pure investigation out of the natural curiosity of the human mind, just to investigate for yourself what is here when I stop trying to get anything, and how much of that is here, and where does that begin and where does that end. And then the question, am I willing to trust that? And then the challenges get very big. But we'll get to that later.
Oh, I know all about being directionless. Hold on, she's back.
About what I just said? Want me to say it again? You already are everything you want, only maybe not in the way you imagine what you want. And it's that imagination itself that keeps you from discovering that you already are everything you want. So if you just take this evening as an experiment to give up any imagination, any image of what you need to be totally fulfilled, just give it up. It's just an image, just a thought. Maybe a spiritual thought, maybe a worldly thought, a relationship thought, career thought. Just give it up. And directly discover what's here, unthought, unimagined. How's that? Good. Good.
Is she gone? All right, I think she's gone this time. All right, so I guess this is what the inhabitants of this island watch to pass their time. All right, 2 of these have appeared. Should I... Oh, okay, I can scrub through this. All right, so I guess these hex puzzles represent videos we can watch. It looks like that there are 4 more. I guess I'll just label this down in my notes. The first one was basically about science is hard, art is easy. I might be simplifying this a bit too much. The other one was don't want, you are what you want. So okay, so I guess we can learn the philosophy of the people who lived on this island in these video files. Okay, so thankfully I don't know what these are, and I don't know what these Tetris pieces are. Thankfully, because that means we can end today's video. So okay, we got a bunch done. We solved a bunch of environmental puzzles. We, I think, almost made it to the end of the Sun Temple, and we made it into this windmill where it turns out there's a secret home theater where you can learn about how you shouldn't want. You already have what you are, what you want. You should not want. So don't want. You already have more than you could want. So don't stop that. Stop that. I see you wanting. I see you doing it. You shouldn't be doing it because you already have everything you want because you are everything that you want. So we learned a lot today. You and me together. We both learned a whole lot. Maybe we'll learn more next time when we continue to explore the Witness, and I don't know if we'll return to the Sun Temple just yet, or maybe we'll go on to a completely new area. We'll find out. See you then.
Every day, I get up in the usual way. I do my nails, I do my hair. I try to think of something fabulous to wear. But the devil's in my lipstick.
Yes, he is.
The devil's in my food processor.
Ooh.
The devil's in my freezer.
I hear him coming.
He wants to touch me with his bony fingers.